Let's see if the morning gains hold. I think that will tell us the story and how things will follow for the rest of the day.
Okay, well, the first tick is in the green, so maybe the dips, are getting bought in the market. That's the initial sign. The Nifty is now up about 40-odd points. The mid-caps are very, very quiet, so nothing really happening there. SBI is your top gainer after a stellar set of numbers the company reported yesterday, followed by Infosys, Wipro, HCL Tech. So the IT pack is coming back a tad bit. You have Coal India, Nestle, Axis Bank, Ultratech Cement that are all doing pretty well too. And the Bank Nifty is actually doing a lot of the heavy lifting this morning. So not just led by SBI, but a couple of other names in the Bank Nifty. ICICI Bank is front and center. You have HDFC Bank, that's not too bad either. In the green right now. So these are a couple of stocks that are taking the Bank Nifty higher by 140 points. The advanced decline ratio is solid at over 1,300 stocks on the advancing side this morning. And you have plenty of stocks that are hitting fresh 52-week highs as well. Something like a Scient, we spoke about that ad nauseum. That's a fresh 52-week high today. A couple of other names, in the broader markets also sitting at fresh highs. So decent opening for the market, you'd have to say. The important bit is whether we build on to these gains. So for now, it's not a runaway opening or anything. A lot of individual stocks reacting to their numbers like Indigo, Bata, etc. Rima will talk about that. But for now, the street is squarely focused on the index holding above the 18,170 mark, led largely by PSU Banks and the Nifty IT index, which are both up in excess of 0.5%.
Indeed. So just to run you through some of the earnings reaction, the big one is Bata. Bata has opened with a gain of 3.2%. Strong numbers, revenue growth 17%. Margins were expected to decline by 350 basis points, but the decline has been arrested to just about 100 basis points at the margin level. The street has given it a thumbs up. Another one reacting positively is Uno Minda. It's a 1% gain, but the numbers are quite good. Revenue up 20%, profits up 27%. Interglobe Aviation has a modest gain, just up about 0.5%. But bear in mind, the stock has already run up 13% in the month of May. So ever since the Go First troubles begun to air, the stock has been rallying. So Interglobe Aviation in the green, but not by a whole lot. On the losing side, a big knock coming through on Gland Pharma. That's clearly the stock of the day on the way down. 14% down on Gland Pharma. This is after profits have fallen by nearly 75% on year-on-year basis. Another company, RITES. RITES also reported their numbers. RITES is down nearly 2%. Weak numbers, revenues were down 10%, profits were down 2.5%, and RITES is open with a cut of 1.5%. Transport Corporation of India, TCI, also reported their numbers. Weak set of numbers, profits were down 4.5%, and the stock is a bit subdued. USL or McDowell's numbers look pretty okay to begin trade with. But the stock is down close to about 1.5%. I guess there was some operational weakness weighing on the performance this time. So USL has a cut of close to about 1.5%. On the whole, the mid-cap index is in the red right now. In fact, the mid-caps have underperformed, I think, the benchmarks this week. No, sorry, they've outperformed. For week to date, while the Nifty is down 1%, the mid-cap index is up 0.1%. So there is a bit of profit-taking visible in the mid-caps this morning.
Okay, well, so it's 20 points higher. 18,152 is where the index is now trading at. It's absolutely flat. But, in the second half, could we see some moves? Let's see. Global markets and US futures, etc., are positive at this point in time. Over the last 2 days, it's not really mattered that much. The market is kind of traded on its own steam. Let's have the Nifty Bank up as well. Take a quick look where that is, a 0.25% higher, but it's already come off from the opening levels by a little bit. This is the first 3 or 4 minutes of trade, so we'll have to give it some time. Now, let me just see if there is anything else which is moving in the broader space. Ramco Cements is up 4.75% on very large volumes. So stocks at about 818. Bata India is up about 4%. We mentioned that. There is Max Health. I think it was one of the trades from our techies. Sirma, which is a electronics manufacturing, contract manufacturing company. Sirma is up about 4.34%. Amber, Sirma, all these companies did well day before. Scient is up about 2%. I think was on the list on our techies this morning. There is Ugro Cap, which is, I think, up 10%, 220. And I think a large investor I think, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Ashish Kacholia has bought sort of shares in the company. Stocks doing very well, and volumes are large as well. What else? HCC, Oil India, Credit Access are some of the others which are moving up at this point. Not quite 2:1, a little less, but, it is what it is. ITC is down about 1.25%. Gland, we mentioned, down a full 15%, in line with what the pre-open was indicative of. And let's have the AMC companies, right? So let's have HDFC AMC. Stock is down 3%. Let's look at UTI AMC. And let's look at the other listed names as well. HDFC AMC, the largest, is down 3%. So the reaction is coming through on the negative side. UTI AMC is flat at this point. We have a discussion lined up with experts on what the impact will be of the SEBI proposed changes in a bit from now. Sonia.
Well, I just want to point out Bata, right? I mean, 4% higher, and within the numbers, as Mangalam was telling us, it's the sneaker category that has gone up 1.5 times. And Prashant, I was just looking at the sneaker market in India. It's expected to generate revenues of $2.5 billion in this year, in 2023. That's how big the sneaker market in India has become.
I think 50% of it would be Mangalam. With this collection, extensive collection.
But it speaks a lot about how the new generation is evolving, right? I mean, I don't think Bata would have seen this kind of a jump in their sneaker sales in maybe a decade.
Premiumization is absolutely, I think, the name of the game. And all these footwear companies have told us that over the last many months now, actually last couple of years.